As we have seen, color is really important, but how about if we want to create volume? How can we do that? So the following tool that we're going to learn is volume and how we can get it from 3 different ways, okay? So first of all, we're going to start with the simple and then we're going to get it a little bit complicated. I'm going to use an artboard that was created as a printing, okay? But you can use RGB art and illustration as well. Now, I'm going to create 2 figures and I'm going to create another one with a pen tool that is going to be a little bit organic. You know, it's going to have some curves like this. And here we go. Now, there are different types of gradient. You have used them before. I know you had, because it's available in Canva and it's available Paint, even in PowerPoint and in Word. So I know you have used it before. Gradient in Spanish would be degradado, is when you have 1% of color that is going to be fading into another one. Now, there are 2 ways to get the gradient tool. We're going to start with the window that is gradient, that you have it on the right side. Remember, window, gradient, or you can come here and click it. Now, there are 3 types of gradient available in Illustrator. For many years, like for 20 years, there were only 2 options. Now, in the past 2-3 years, we have another one that is beautiful, and you're going to see why. So first of all, you need to have a closed object. That's important. So once you have a closed object, you're going to open the gradient tool, and then you're going to see that you have 3 types. So I'm going to just move this so we can have the order that is available right here. The first one, we can see that it's a square, right? So we can select the linear gradient. That means that it's going to be based on lines. As you can see right now, I'm going to duplicate it here. You can have the linear like this type with a specific angle. In this case, it has 0. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to change it into 45 or 60. And I'm going to change this one into 90. So you can see the difference, how you can change the gradient color. Now, we have this one that is called radial, okay? Now, I'm going to do the same things and let me know if you see any changes. If I change the angle here, anything happen? And how about here? It doesn't have changes, right? Because the grading is, in this case, in radial, is considering the middle and how you're going to be adapting it. And in this case, it goes in a round shape. It doesn't go by line, okay? A line goes with an angle. In a circle, it doesn't go by an angle. But if you change it here, then you're going to see the ellipse is going to help you to have the gradient that you're looking for, okay? I'm going to change it, not 45. I'm going to change it here, 50, okay? Or minus 50, there you go. So this is how you can start changing. Now, automatically it changes into black because the gradient here is black because I have black and white here, okay? So if I don't want black for this or this, how can I change it? First, I have to select the object. I can see that it has white and it has black. There are 2 ways to change the color. One is by double-clicking here, and you're going to see this window that is going to pop up. You have to select the swatch window and then select the color that you prefer. For example, I want to select this one, okay? I am selecting green and yellow for the beginning and for the ending. I'm going to do the same way for the circle. I'm going to double click it here and double click it here. Okay, you know, I don't like that one very much. Now, in case I'm not wondering, it's like only 2 colors, that's boring. We can use more than 1 color and we can delete the colors that we don't need. How can we do that? I'm going to include the color right here, for example, green and black, okay? And maybe blue, so we can have this. Maybe I want to have orange right here. When you come to this slider and you click it, automatically there's a plus sign that is going to appear next to the arrow. That means that you're capable to add a new color, as you can see. So I'm going to select yellow here, and I'm going to move this one. I'm going to select pink. So this is how you can get extra colors. The same thing happens when you have the radial gradient, okay? I'm going to select here green, And instead of this, I'm going to select pink, but I'm going to include white right here. Okay? What else can we do? So we have seen that we can select these two. I still haven't shown you this because it's like the masterpiece later. If I want to change the direction, for example, I don't want white here and black here, I can click just below. The direction is going to be changed, to the opposite. And this is good because I don't have to change it. Now, how about if I include a lot of colors? For example, I include green, yellow, orange, this red, and maybe here I have a blue. I don't like the blue right there, okay? And I had included too many colors, maybe black here. How can you delete a color that you don't like? You select it, drag it, hold it, release it outside the window. Select it, delete. Or select it and click the trash can that is going to appear automatically on the right side, okay? Boom, there you go. The same thing is going to happen here. I can change the color. This is really important because you're going to see how it changes. This is more evident when you're using the radial gradient, right? And you can see the difference from this to this. Okay, so this is important to understand. And the last but not the least, I'm going to change the weight of these lines. Let me just make it thicker, and the circle. So we're changing the fill color, but what about the stroke? Can we change the stroke? Of course. Now we have to be sure which are we selecting here on the gradient window. Right now I'm selecting the fill color. So if I want to change the line, I have to select the stroke, okay? If automatically it changes, good. If it doesn't, how can I change it? I just have to click it here. Now, if I change the gradient, you are going to have something like this as a result. Again, I'm selecting the line, I'm clicking it here, and there are three options to change the direction of the gradient, and you can even change, for example, the angle that you are using for it, okay? The same thing is going to happen here to the circle. I'm going to have it like this or like this. Now, the color is the same. You can change it. I'm going to select pink, and here you have, maybe I'm going to get closer so you can see how the gradient looks. This is the last one, the gradient across the stroke. This one is going to make like an emboss. And this one is going to create like the gradient, from one direction to another. And this is how you can modify the fill color and the stroke color. And that's it. Now, what about this one? I left it, for the last for gradient tool, because this one is quite good. I mean, you can select, let me see. You have to select the shape one, this one. It's only applied for shapes, not for lines. You have to select this one. I'm going to erase the stroke, and then I'm going to click the freeform gradient. This is amazing because you click over it, and depending on the clicks that you place over the object, you can apply the gradient. For example, for this one, instead of that color, I want green. In this one, I want purple. Here I want yellow. And it is going to have a free form. That's why it's called free form, okay? And the gradient is going to be like this, look like this, okay? Let me have this one, double click it, double click it, double click it in white. And this one in pink. And here you can have like the combination of different colors in a specific area, like a free form. Now, in case you don't like what you have right here, because sometimes it happens, it's like, híjole, how can I edit it? You have to come to the window and you have the option edit gradient. In case you don't like this one, drag it and get it outside of the shape, or select it here and click the trash can, okay? You can have points and you can have lines. As you can see, when I click it here, it's like when we did the strokes at the beginning of the class. Now there is a line that is going to be defined in this specific area, and it can even be a curve, as you can see right now. Okay, so you can have different forms for it. How are we over? Not exactly. Why? Because I told you that there are two ways to manage the gradients, right? The other way, in case, for example, it didn't appear all of that, remember that every time you see this is because there's an extra, okay? Now, there's another one right here. I don't know if you're aware of it, but we have the gradient tool. How does it work? Well, you can select the point that you want, the slider. You can get the color outside, inside, like this. And you can do it manually, okay? Let's see this one. Let me select now this one. And I can change the center where I want to have, let me change it here. And I don't know if you can see what I'm changing it here and here. I make it smaller, bigger, the brightness, and I can change the position wherever I want to. Okay, I'm going to get it outside a little bit and here. So it looks like it has like something like it's depth. Okay, so if you manipulate the gradient from this area, you can even include or delete colors as well. For example, if you have this one selected here, you can select it and drag it outside, or you can select it here and click right here, because both of them are connected and linked. Okay, so every time you want to combine and create a gradient, this is how you're going to manage it. Okay, now in case I select this one, this tool on the toolbar and the one that is here, the option is going to be the same. Okay, the only thing that I can do is to delete if I press backspace, or get it outside, or the trash can. And the good thing is that the combination of this is going to help me, you know, to make it more personal. Okay, so this is how you can use the gradient tool. The other way to create volume is by something that is called blend. I'm going to use a square. Let me use it in flat color. I'm going to use a circle, and I'm going to use a star. Please, in your case, every figure needs to have a different color, and this is going to be in blue. I'm going to have it like this, and I need you to have two versions. For example, I'm going to select all of them. One of them is going to have a stroke, and the other ones are not going to have a stroke, okay? So pause the video and have this as a result. When you have this as a result, you have to select the three objects, and you're going to do something that is called blend. You're going to go to the top menu, object, and you're going to come down and you're going to select something that is called blend, fusión in Spanish. I hope you have it in English, because in Spanish it's not working as well. I mean, it's working, but the video is complicated, okay? Click make. Now do the same, object, blend, make. You see the difference? Right here you have black stroke. Right here you don't have black stroke. Blending, fusionar, is when you try to manage the shape of a square into a circle, into a circle to a star. And this is what you're going to get. You can see have like this volume. Now press Command Y. You only have three objects, and that's it. Okay? Now, how can we understand better what is blend? Please select the first one, object, blend, and then click where it says blend options. You're going to see that you have three options. You have the smooth color, you know, smooth, suavecito, specified steps, pasos específicos, a specified distance. Please select specified steps. Right now it's telling me that there are 216 shapes from this square to the circle, 216 from this circle to the star. How about if I type down 5 and click OK? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the star. Okay, let's do it right here with the one that doesn't have a stroke. Object, blend, blend options, and specify steps 4. It's going to look like this. Now, blend works if you have more than 2 objects. With one, there's nothing that you can blend, okay? What else do we have in this tool? We have the following situation. We can modify the, what's going to be in the front, what's going to be in the back. How can we do that? There's something that is called reverse spine. You see, it changed and somehow flip it. And the other way is called reverse front to back. So it changes, right? Let me just go back how it used to be. So you can see the difference between them. Here you have this one, the yellow comes to the front and this one goes to the back. And guess what else? You can still change the position if you select it, how you want to do it. I am doing it with the direct selection tool. Remember that this has a line. That's why I ask you to press Command Y and then Command Y again. You see? You can change how it's going to look and the distance that is going to be like walk by every figure. Now, imagine that you want to make an anomaly. Anomaly is something that is going to, you know, make you something shocking and is going to make it stand out. You need to expand this. You can. For example, right now we only have 3 figures, but how about if you want to have all of them? We can do that. Please select one of them. The right and left is up to you. Object, blend, and then click expand. Expand is going to have this as a result. You see that you have more figures. In the other one, you only have 3. Now you have more. So you can select with the direct selection tool one of them and change it. Okay? Now, maybe you made this and you're like, oh, I don't like it. I want to have the original ones. Well, you need to go to Object, Blend, and then select Release. And here you have it. So nothing is definite right here. Nothing is like the end of all. Remember that you have the option and the opportunity to define from the beginning how you want the steps to go. If you want them to go in vertical position or to adapt the curve. If you want to have a specific distance, for example, 4 points, vamos a ponerle 10 points. And then I'm going to blend, make 10, you know, it's going the distance 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Not 10 figures. This is the distance that is going to have from each figure. So this is how you can get another version of volume. Okay, so we have seen gradient, we have seen blend, and of course there's another one that is going to make it look more professional, but we're going to have it in another video. So any doubts or comments, let me know. I hope this video helps you to understand how you can create volume. Try to use different colors, try to play with it. The best way to understand it is to click on it. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.